Hey, what's up, everyone? It's the Jamcorner. Welcome to our new series called Jamcorner. Basically, it's about me just covering jam band live shows from all throughout the history of music. So like all the way going back to like the '60s with Grateful Dead and stuff like that. But today we're going to be talking about the the current dinner movie that just aired called it's the 23rd one, and it's of 9/1/17 because it's Dick's weekend. That's when we usually be at Dick's having a good old time. Um, yeah, so this was 9/1/17. So this was about 3 years ago, and it was about a month after the Baker's Dozen. So you'd think that they would be at least a little tired, or like, I don't know, not not as good, I guess. But they're still going at it, still really good. Yeah, they amaze me on how much like energy and stamina they have and stuff like that. All right. Anyway, getting into the show. So we have the Blaze On as the first set opener. Gets out pretty far. Gets out to a nice peak with some nice solos and stuff. And then we get into 5:55. So a great version with a nice bluesy solo from Trey. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good Mike song, and yeah, I think he's a pretty good songwriter, I'd say. Um, so then we get the Breath and Burning. So this is kind of like a jammed out version. Usually it's about like 5 or 6 minutes long or something like that, and so we have a few version that kind of gets out there, and this is definitely one of them, and it's pretty nice, I'd say. Yeah, and then we get into a theme from the bottom, nice building jam with a cool peak, with a really quick evil like ending to the jam, and then and a great transition into Free. Really nice mic bass lines in the beginning, and then Trey does this like effect where it kind of sounds like an oscillator on like a synth or something like that. And then he goes into a solo from that, and that is a nice peak. Then we go into Tube, which is a really cool jam. It's kind of like twinkly a little bit with a lot of synths and Trey effects, and I enjoy that one a lot. So I think Tube is probably one of my favorite like short songs, but like with their great jam vehicles. And then we get into Rogue, which has a very beautiful jam. It's almost kind of like Grateful Dead. That I kind of like picked up that vibe a little bit, but you can definitely disagree with that. Nice epic peak at the end. Mike is really good, and so we have the song More. I fucking love this song, especially it's like with the times that are happening right now. It's very uplifting, and it's a good song with a really good peak at the end of this version. It's pretty good. Alright, so then we get into the second set, which is a monster. It's pretty good. So we have first song of the set is No Man in No Man's Land. Great song. I love that song a lot. Yeah, this is probably my favorite version, honestly. So it's 25 minutes long, and the jam starts out with this nice solo, and it goes into a spacey romp through a black hole into a beautiful galaxy, then back into the black hole. Then it lands to an Earth. Then it lands back to Earth for an epic peak in the sky. That's what I wrote in my notes. It's a little out there notes, but I don't know. That's how I kind of felt like when I was listening to it. It's really good. And so we continue that long second set with 5 songs actually only in the set, so it's a pretty. That's how you know it's good. So another 20-minute monster, which is Carini. So that's usually, as per usual, has like a little evil jam kind of thing. So this kind of sounds like a thunderstorm. It's pretty cool. He kind of Trey makes that kind of like oscillator noise again, and they kind of go into this like rocking peak area zone, and that's pretty interesting too. And that falls into this like percussive jam. It's kind of interesting. I noticed the jamming charts on phish.net noticed it as like jamming or like percussional transitional space or whatever, and it's interesting. Yeah. So then we drop into the Ghost. This reminds me a lot of No Man in No Man's Land. Basically, there's a lot of teases in that, and at the end there's they do the tease with they sing it. And there's also a nice peak right before that. And then Harry Hood, as always, has a very nice peak and build up. One of my favorite songs. I love Harry Hood. It's fucking awesome. Cavern is very good as always. Very run of the mill usually, but I like that song a lot. And then we get into the encore, so we have the Horse and Silent in the Morning, which is pretty good as always. And we get Character Zero. Yeah, pretty run of the mill, but it's not a bad thing because Character Zero's run of the mill solos are pretty good. Very good. So this will be my first video. So this concludes our first video, and it's gonna be a little rough at the beginning because I'm just kind of starting to get used to being on camera and stuff like that, and so just bear with me. I'm getting into this. So tomorrow will be a Grateful Dead video. We're gonna talk about just a random show. You guys will see it in the morning, or just tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. Alright, you guys have a good night. Jamcorner out.